Hi, I'm Kerry Davis of Dark Angel Medical. Welcome to Trigger Time TV, presented by Crossbreed Holsters. We're going to head downrange with Jason Redding and JABO Long of Ronin Strategies today, and they're going to talk to us about what we need to put in it, where we need to put it, and also some in-vehicle draws.
Studio. Oh, hello Trigger Time followers. This is JABO from Ronin Strategies. Today we're going to talk about how to set yourself up for success for a vehicle encounter. That could be a traffic accident, it could be a deployment from a vehicle, it could be a deadly force encounter where I'm stationed in my vehicle. So first off, we want to think about, number one, how can I place items in this area that I'm spend many hours every single day that will be more advantageous for me if I'm involved in an encounter or a collision of some kind. So a lot of unused space in here. This is not my vehicle. This actually belongs to T-Roy Galat. However, I placed a cat tourniquet up here above the visor. Good access point. The problem is if I needed to use the visor for anything, it's going to fall. So what I do in my vehicle is I have one of the pull down sunglasses holders up top. I don't use it for my sunglasses. I typically will keep a tourniquet in there. It's a good spot for one. It's always in the same place and it's not in your way. I've also stashed a rescue blade up here in case I needed to get myself or a passenger out of a vehicle or out of a seatbelt quickly, excuse me. Troy has a small blade hanging here, so probably for the same purpose, something similar. And then I've got various medical equipment placed in here for, like I said, anything involving an accident with my loved ones and a typical potential deadly force encounter, excuse me. So I've got a cat here, I've got a SWAT T tourniquet stashed right here, good little spot for it. I've got an Izzy bandage in this little pop open compartment, and then Santi put this in my stocking this year. This is a awesome dart from Dark Angel, and if I needed something bigger, I needed more medical equipment, I could stash this in a larger spot like maybe this console or something like that. Okay, so just some things to think about. You really typically don't want to put things in the door, because if you think about most traffic collisions, my vehicle's going to be affected from the front, rear, or from the side, so it could change the configuration of this door, crumple it in. I may not be able to get to that equipment. So let's place it somewhere and set ourselves up for success, okay? Talking about the weapon. Now, where do I carry? If I carry concealed, what do I do with it when I get in the vehicle? Because, as you see, I carry appendix. Jason carries on the hip, typically. When I place a seatbelt on, both of those become very difficult to draw from, and they can become uncomfortable. All right. So what I want to do, or what I do, being honest here, is I will typically take the pistol and place it under my thigh. Is that ideal? No, it's not, because if I get into a wreck, anything like that, I could lose it. I could lose contact with it, and I may need it. However, it's probably better than me having it implanted into my appendix during a wreck. So I get it off my body. I can also place it here in between the seats. Again, not ideal, but again, it's off of me in case I was involved in some kind of a wreck where it's not injuring me further. The best option, obviously, is to get yourself a hard mount in your vehicle that mounts actually to the vehicle, where you take it out of your holster, you place it right in there, it's in the same spot every time. It's going to be dependable for you. I think Crossbreed makes some great ones. Okay. Having said that, if I were to get into the vehicle with it still in my carry position, what do I need to be concerned about if I'm going to draw and engage this weapon? So I'm going to show you that real quick. Go ahead, set myself up for success here. Finger straight outside the trigger, thumb holster retained. And now I'm going to cover this, and again, I wouldn't recommend this, but we're just talking worst case scenario. Let's seat myself in. So the problem here with the draw is, obviously I got a lot of stuff going on here. So being situationally aware can prevent me from ever having to do this. I could already have the weapon deployed in a discreet manner before I ever got involved in some type of an engagement. But stuff turns bad really quick. That brown stuff hits the fan. Maybe I got to get into the gunfight quickly. What I want to do is I want to swim out of the seat belt so I'm not trapping myself going over and having it hooked over my arm. Then I want to, just like I'm standing, defeat the garment, draw. I'm going to take my time here so I don't shoot my boss's vehicle, and just just simply engage like that. Now, it's very important now that I do my post-shooting procedure. Just because I'm in a vehicle, nothing has changed. All right, so that's basically it. Finger straighten outside the trigger, thumb holster retain. Next time you get into your car, instead of listening to whatever Lady Gaga's doing on the radio or listening to talk radio, seeing what's on Facebook, set yourself up for success in here. You never know what you may get into. You might be saving you or your family member's life. Rock on. JABO, Ronin out.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by Crossbreed Holsters, Keltec, Troy Industries, Troy Defense, Talon Ordnance, Eagle Shield, Nemo Arms, Faxon Firearms, Copus Mobile, Black Forge Weapons, Battle Rifle Company, Vertex, Wiley X, Dark Angel, and Meredith Rifles.